Hi. Okay. Please forgive me if I stumble on my words or I get this wrong, because it's my very first video ever. So, and I do start going red and I start getting a little bit shy. Anyway, okay, so I'm going to give you the reason why I'm doing this video first. The reason is because I have been inundated with messages from some amazing, beautiful, wonderful people asking me about the poetry and why I came to do it now, why did I not do it earlier, what are the reasons, and how did I get into it? So, let me explain. I've been writing poetry since I was a little girl, since I was at school. And I found it as a way of being able to express my feelings without actually telling anyone. So I would maybe come home from school, or if I'd had a good day or a bad day, you know, some people write diaries. I wrote poetry on scrap pieces of paper, and then I would screw it up and throw it away. It wasn't for anyone else to read. It was simply an outlet for me to express my emotions so that they weren't on the inside of me. And I was doing that my entire life. Now, what happened was maybe 9 or 10 months ago, or around then, I was looking for a piece of paper. Something had happened on that day. I was looking for a piece of paper so that I could write something down. And I couldn't find any paper. I could not actually find any paper. So I needed to get it out somehow. So I decided, quite bravely, I think actually for me, to write it onto Facebook. And the idea was I was going to put it on Facebook and I was going to delete it. Having said that, as soon as I clicked post, within seconds, there was people already reading it, liking it, loving it, and commenting on it. So everything that I got from that was so positive that I decided, you know what, let me just leave it on there. So consequently, over the next few days, I started to write more and I put it out there. And I noticed that people were actually liking what I'd written. So that's how I got into writing poetry for everyone else to read, not just for me. How I got into actually creating the book is because I'd written so many poems and I had so many people say to me over and over, you should put these into a book. Okay, so let me explain why I didn't do it sooner. I have come to realize over the past few months what my problem has always been through my entire life. I have two issues. One has been self-limitations. I put a limit onto what I'm capable of. I always have this ability in myself to talk myself out of something. Okay, this is a great idea, Nadine. You're definitely going to do this. It's going to be amazing. And, oh, but wait, you don't live in the right town. You can't do this. You've never done marketing. You've never done this. You've never done that. How are you going to be able to do it? No, forget it. Talk myself out of it. I put a limit onto what I'm capable of, which is ridiculous because I know I'm capable of so much more. The other thing was a fear factor, a fear of the unknown. Not knowing what the outcome would be would stop me from even starting it. Let me give you an example. When I had my doors and windows put in a few weeks ago, I cleared up at the night time, got myself into bed. It's really dark, pitch black, and I had put some rubbish inside a black bin bag, and I'd put it between the window and my bed. So I climbed into bed, pitch black, got into bed, duvet over me, and I started falling asleep. And within a few minutes, I hear a scratching sound, like that kind of sound. And I kind of sat up and thought, okay, what was that? Okay, it's gone, it's fine. So I went back to sleep. Lying there, well, not fully asleep, but lying there. And I heard it again. And I start wondering, what is that? And I can feel this kind of like I need to know what that is. Like something's in my bedroom. And I heard it again over the next few minutes and so on and so on. And the more I heard it, the more anxiety I created inside myself, the more fear I created in myself. It got to the point where I was actually, I was paralyzed. I was so scared. It's okay because I'm underneath my duvet. That's my safety net. You know, I'm underneath the duvet and I know the duvet is going to protect me and everything's okay. But on the last bit, maybe 25 minutes later, the scratching was really loud. I had convinced inside my head that this was a spider, one of my biggest fears. This spider was huge and it was coming to get me. And I was petrified. I start burning up from the inside. I'm feeling hot. I'm nearly in tears. How am I going to deal with this? I'm on my own. What am I going to do? It was horrendous. It was so paralyzing that I literally didn't know how to move. I couldn't even turn over to see what was there. So when I heard this big loud sound, I just thought, I have to do something. And I heard it again, and it was like a big creak. I jumped out of bed. That was it for me. I jumped out of bed. I was in tears. I didn't know what was going on. I'm up against the wall. I'm trying to turn the light on, and there was a magazine on the floor. So I picked this magazine up, and I'm thinking, I'm going to have to kill this spider because it is literally going to eat me. This spider is going to eat me. It's huge. It's enormous. I don't even know what it is, but it's going to eat me. So so I start walking over to the side of my bed, and I'm looking down the side thinking there is something definitely there. And when I looked, this bin bag had started to fall. There was something inside it, probably another magazine, that had started to fall inside it. All I could hear was a magazine falling. But because I didn't know, I created this fear inside of me that caused me to almost have a heart attack or something, thinking something's going to eat me tonight. And I felt so stupid. Thankfully, no one knew apart from you now, but I felt ridiculous. I put the magazine down, turned the light off, got into bed and thought, you're ridiculous, Nadine. I can't believe you just did that. But you see, what happened was the fear of the unknown got to me. The fear of the unknown made me so scared that I couldn't move. So what happened during my life, my entire life, I have been so fearful of the unknown, of what could happen. What if it goes wrong? What if it's not right? What if this? What if that? That I've consequently never quite been able to get to where I needed to be to. I have this passion, this calling to be able to do poetry and to speak to people and to help people and to give them my life experiences to hopefully help them in theirs. And I've never been able to do it until this point, until I realized the only thing stopping me was being frightened of what could happen. Fear of the unknown, which is an irrational fear. How can I be fearful of something that hasn't even happened, that I don't know what is going to happen? You have to take in life the first step. You have to go forward, move forward. If I'd have turned the light on sooner, I would have known that was not a spider. But instead, I sat within myself underneath my little safety net of the duvet and convinced myself that I can't move. But now I'm moving. Because I'm not afraid anymore. I don't know how I'm going to do any of this, but I'm doing it. And I'll work that out and I'll figure it out as I go along. The point is I'm doing it. Because I put aside the fear of the unknown. The self-limitations that said, you can't do this. Because I can do this. And I am doing this. And I don't know the outcome of it all. All I know is that I'm doing something that I love. And something that other people have taken to. And that's worth everything in itself. So, I hope I've answered some questions there. Thank you very much for listening to me. And I have noticed I've started to go red, and I keep looking at the wrong side of the camera, and I'm trying not to. I have gone slightly red, but you know, that's the English part of me coming out, I guess. So again, thank you very much. And from the bottom of my heart and soul, thank you to everybody, all of you who have supported me, inboxed me, been there for me, with all the positivity that's come through. You raised me. Thank you. All right. Bye.